Hey everybody, AZ Badfish here. Welcome back to PrimeFools. In the last episode, we did a bunch of exploring around, and I gotta say, all that stuff that I had accumulated, it started getting to me. I was trying to think of, what kind of things do I want to tackle next, and I was like, well, I really want to get sorted out, and I started messing around, and well. Yeah, I did some things off camera, you guys. So we've got an Applied Energistics storage system here, and yeah, I decided to do it off camera, I guess, because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I wanted to mess around with it and figure it out. And I kind of regret that now, because if I had done it in stages, at least we could have figured it out together. Now I kind of got to explain real quick, at least try to explain real quick what's going on. So, Applied Energistics. There's kind of two main things about it. One is getting the different types of Certus quartz, and the other half to it is actually using the Certus quartz. So there's a few different types. There's regular Certus quartz, and there's charged Certus quartz. Those two things you could actually find in the ground, and you mine them out. And speaking of that, I have actually started a second vein mining area about halfway down, right around Y level 40, and I've actually found a bunch of aluminum and tin and Certus quartz, stuff that I wasn't finding very much of. So yeah, you've got those two things. You need the charged Certus quartz to build a Foex crystal, and you do that by dropping a piece of charged Certus quartz and a piece of redstone and a piece of nether quartz into a water, and in a few seconds it will kind of merge together and you'll get a couple of Foex crystals. So that's pretty cool. You need those to build these ME glass cables, which provide power for Applied Energistics, and you also need them for these growth accelerators, which we'll talk about in a second. The other type of Certus quartz crystal is this pure Certus quartz, and this is the Certus quartz you need in the inscriber to make processors out of, which we'll talk about in a second. But to get these, you grind your Certus quartz crystals in this guy here, this quartz grindstone. You grind them up into powder, and one powder and one sand will give you 2 seeds, Certus quartz seeds, and you just drop those guys in water and you wait several hours until they grow up. Or you can build a couple of crystal growth accelerators, and then it becomes a couple minutes. So that is pretty much how you can get your Certus quartz. You do have to go mine them up, and it does take a while. I have found another way to do it that involves the Certus quartz essence, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But so I've got all this stuff set up. By the way, the charged Certus quartz is pretty rare to find, but you can take a regular Certus quartz, or I believe even a pure Certus quartz, maybe, but definitely the regular Certus quartz. You put it in this charger, and that's powered by RF, which I get from this coal generator, which is plugged into this capacitor, which is providing power to the smelter, to this crusher, which I crushed all that wool from that disco party, by the way, to get all the string that I needed. We've got this inscriber back here and the sag mill. The sag mill is you run compressed sand through it to get silicon, and silicon is used along with pure Certus quartz and gold and diamond and maybe some other things that I don't know about yet, along with the inscriber patterns to make various chips. Are these presses, by the way. And I was lucky enough, Super Turtle just gave me these. He had extra ones, so he hooked me up. But normally you would have to go hunting down meteors to find these. You'd build a meteor compass and go off and find them. So I've got all those things, and you use the inscriber to make the chips, which you need to make the storage components, which you need to make these storage cells, which is what my storage system is now based on. Unfortunately, one of the problems we're going to be dealing with this episode is power, because right now everything is run off of this coal generator, and this thing pulls a steady 17 RF per tick right now, at least with the amount of storage that it's got in it. So if I just pop this guy in here, we can actually look, and right now it's got positive RF because it's receiving power from the coal generator, but once that piece of coal is completely burned up and this stops generating power, we'll be able to see how much is being drained. And the last time I looked at it, it was 17 RF per tick. But yeah, so this is turned on now, and this is really awesome. So the ME drive is basically a box that contains these storage cells, and the storage cells are what the main focus of Applied Energistics really is, I think, at least for now, because they require you got to build a whole bunch of these 1K storage components, because they're required to build the higher level ones, right? And each of those takes 4 Certus quartz crystals. So you need a lot of Certus quartz, and digging them out of the ground was taking way too long. So I actually started messing around with mystical agriculture, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty intense on the resources, though. Let me sleep real quick. So all that inferium essence that I was finding, like the nether inferium essence and regular inferium ores and stuff, all of that, basically you put that around some seeds and you can mess with it. I'm sure we'll get to it later, but I just kind of want to catch you guys up because there's been a lot that's happened. So I basically created these Certus quartz seeds, and maybe we can work our way backwards. So yeah, Certus quartz seed, you have to have a tier 3 crafting seed with all these intermediate essences, and of course Certus quartz crystals. And to get these tier 3 seeds, you basically work your way down to the different tiers and different types of essence, and it all starts with this inferium essence. You combine them together to get the darker green ones, and then the darker green ones to get the orange ones, and so on. So it's basically just a lot of combining, a lot of grind work. But this is great because each of these mature plants give you one of those essences, and 8 essence gives you 6 full-on Certus quartz pieces. So that is pretty sweet. I plan on actually getting more seeds and stuff, but I'm done collecting stuff, you guys, because this is like the 4th time I've tried starting to record this episode. Every single time I've gotten a little bit further, and just something happened, and something terrible has happened, guys. I have lost my where's all my food at? It's in one of these. I have lost my backpack that contained all of my fluid cows. It contained all of my special chickens. I am really upset about that. Something else it contained was a zombie spawner that we picked up. I had actually recorded this whole clip and then ran off to get the zombie spawner, and then I came back and I was messing around, and then all of a sudden I noticed my backpack was gone. I have no idea where it was. I think I must have queued it out by mistake. I've already rebound that hotkey so that it doesn't happen again, but man, I lost, I had that infinity cow, I had the biofuel cow. I was definitely excited about those. I had a redstone chicken, a glowstone chicken. Those I was pretty excited about. Some other chickens too, but those two specifically. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. So I actually spent several hours roaming around trying to replace them, and I've got many more fluid cows now than I did. A whole bunch more, in fact. So that's a full 27 plus 4 is 31. So I got 31 fluid cows. But unfortunately, I've only got a sand chicken and 2 roosters. I didn't find a single special chicken on that second adventure that I took. And I didn't record any of it because we just did a whole episode of that. But one of the things I did find, you guys, I should have mentioned this actually last time. If I look at the map, we can kind of see this is the path that I took the first time. And then, this is where the Bailey guy, and then we wrapped around here. But this time, I kept going up and up and up and up. I went a very, very long way looking for animals, you guys. A very long way. But I found this little grassland island, and I loved it. I loved it. While I was there, I was like, yes, this is where I want my base to be. And it's nothing special. It's nothing super fantastic or crazy looking. No, way out of this world. Like the crag's got some crazy, terrain generation and stuff, it's just nice, gentle rolling hills. It's pretty wide open space. So I think after that devastating loss of all those chickens and all that stuff, all that work they put into, I kind of was just like, I wanna start over. I want to start over, and I've got some ideas of things that I want to do. Also, I found another zombie spawner, so we'll be able to pick one of those up on the way. So real quick, let me show you how we do that. We got to clear this out, and oh, this doesn't have any. It doesn't have any power. Oh man, this is why. I've got. I'm gonna be fixing this. Once we get to our new base, I'm going to be fixing this. I know how to do it. Okay, so we need to quickly type in chest transporter, and I want an obsidian one, and that's made with a piece of obsidian and a few sticks. So we move items. I've got all that stuff in here, and so since I've got the crafting terminal, I can just do that. And man, that is great. That's why I like the Applied Energistics, because all my stuff's in here. I can search for it. It's great. So now I've got this obsidian chest transporter, and I can actually pick up a spawner and put it back down. That's pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I am going to spend a bit of time cleaning all this stuff up. I'll probably make a few more animal nets, kill most of these and grab 2 of each kind, and try to plant a few more trees at least and make it look like I was never here. And then we are going to be out of here and heading up very, very, very long way away, and I will show you the new area. Alright, so I've got all my stuff in various shulker boxes or hermitron cases and backpacks and stuff like that, and I'm coming up on this other zombie spawner I found, and I found it pretty randomly. I was bouncing around and actually having trouble because I kept landing in water and stuff, and I actually landed right here next to it, and I noticed that there was all kinds of zombie sounds and noises down here, and I noticed it was actually open like that, so I just fell right in here and grabbed it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to right click on that spawner, and now we've got the spawner on us, and we're going to need to switch to our backpack to put it in there, because otherwise we'll have all that slowness and stuff on us. So once we put it in the backpack, it's still in our inventory, but it's like nested in there. So I guess I don't know if that's a bug, if it's supposed to work like that, but we kind of cheated the system a little bit. So we basically tricked the game. So all right, so we don't get all the slowness and stuff. So I guess on now, only 4,500 blocks to go. All right, we made it. This is a grassland biome, and I just love it. I can't explain why. It's got something to do with the color of the grass and the gentle sloping hills. It's very peaceful in here. There's not a ton of ground clutter, I think, is also something. The trees are kind of nice. I don't know. As soon as I came in this area, I was like, yeah, this is where I want to stay. I marked my waypoint there and continued on my way. Now, I do want to say I'm really, really far out from where I was. My other waypoint, it's so far away it mixes in with all the others. But yeah, Bailey is 3,600 blocks away, and I'm north of that, and that's about as far north as we went before. So yeah, I'm really far away, and that's not got anything to do with the other players of the server or anything like that. It's literally just the fact that I came into this area and I liked it so much that I wanted to stay here. So we'll have to figure out those waystone things, and I actually meant to look into that. Is there anything like, what is that, at way, it's called waystone, right? Waystone, return scroll, and a warp stone. Okay, so that would be pretty easy, assuming that yeah, ender pearls. Dang it, man. Everything I've been wanting to build lately requires ender pearls, and I don't have that many. So I really want to get an enderman farm up soon. But yeah, we'll have to figure that out. First things first, though, I need to get my stuff set back up. And I'm thinking in this little area, because when I take this hill out to put my house, I'm going to probably take it down to this level. So I can probably, at least temporarily, put all my computer stuff and my smeltery over here. And then we can build out from there. Alright, so our AE stuff is back up and working. I can access the things, but as you can see, the capacitor is now out. So that means this is going to die here shortly because it's out of power. And I really want to remedy that. I am tired of having to do this all the time, especially now that all my stuff is everywhere. Alright, let's just grab a bunch and we'll leave it running for a while. I know this is kind of wasteful, but yeah, it is what it is for right now. So what I want to build is something that you look up, not there, and here, solar panel. So there's this one right here, and if I hold shift, it says it max output 10 RF per tick, and that's not going to do it for me, because as we saw earlier in the episode, this guy sucks up 17 RF per tick. So this one that produces 10 isn't going to help us. This one has a max output of 40, though. So I'm thinking, my thought process here, I'll let you know, is that I could make one of these, and it will power the entire AE system on its own. So, when I look at this, we need pulsating iron and vibrant alloy. Pulsating iron is, if we go to the induction smelter, it's an ender pearl and an iron ingot. We're back to ender pearls again, right? But I think I have enough to make two of them, right? So let's take a look. If I hit escape and I can get rid of that, if I type in ender pearl, I have 5 ender pearls, so I can make 2 of those for sure. And then I come back, type in, I guess I don't need to clear them both out. Vibrant alloy is also in the induction smelter. Energetic alloy and ender pearl. So I'm going to use up 4 of my 5 ender pearls to make this solar panel, but I think if I'm correct, it will be worth it. All of this stuff I should have no problem. These things, coal powder, energetic alloy, and a basic capacitor, which is a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I need let's back up. What is this? Oh, this is that weird one that I can't figure out why it always does this to me. Like, okay, so it's nether quartz and glowstone dust. All right, how many of those do I need? 2? I don't need them for anything else. Okay, I'm gonna make some stuff. All right, so now, aha. Okay, so now I got to figure out how this works. I'm going to disconnect this because I want this system to be its own thing. And what I would really like to do is have a separate capacitor bank. And I think I can connect these like that. And then do I need to have something? Okay, well, can I just put the solar panel on it like that? And it is not. Okay. Produces power during daylight. Must have clear line of sight. It's putting out 29 of 40. It's at 73% efficiency. Aha. Okay, cool. And now it's filling up this capacitor bank, which is awesome. Is that power going to this? Yes, because it's touching. I don't even need any extra cables. So that looks like, yeah, and right now we've got a positive 9 RF, and this will store 2 million RF in this capacitor bank. I can, of course, make bigger ones, but I think because this only takes about 17 per tick, and we'll have about 2 million, assuming that it has enough time to fill up all the way during the day. Yeah, this should hopefully hold us throughout the night even. And, of course, I will be sleeping through most of them. So, yeah. I also had to set up my smeltery over here, at least temporarily this is where it's gonna go. Oh, cool. Buildmonger's on. Yep, we got a new guy on the server, Buildmonger. He's pretty cool. I've been following his videos for a little while now. You should go check him out. I'll try and remember to update my description. I will not try. I will do it. It will be down there. Go check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. I like watching him build stuff. Okay, so now that that's up, I am gonna need to find a place for crops because I need to get these Certus quartz going as soon as possible. Alright guys, so as you saw there, the grind is real. I've just got a few more Certus quartz seeds growing up here, and I've actually temporarily connected my coal generator to this capacitor bank for the AE system because that was just draining it a little too fast. This little guy couldn't keep up, but I was really doing a whole lot of them. So overall, I think the solar panel is good for now. But what I need to do is get in here, and I don't know if you guys saw, I made a whole bunch of Certus quartz crystals. I made a ton of them with those plants over there. So hopefully they can go in there. Sweet. Alright, so now what I want to do, excuse me, is make a whole bunch of these 1K storage components because... it would help if I put those in there. Let's do that again. Move items over. And now we'll just make a whole bunch of them. And I had 54. So that should be enough. Now all I've got to do is go through and do, okay, so there's the 1K. And how do I upgrade these to the 4K? Well, I need 3 1K units plus calculation processors, which are the... This is the quartz one? Yeah, so I need a pure Certus quartz. So now I've got to go through and do all of that circuit building again. And then, of course, once I do the 4K, it's a very similar process with the 16K part. And then, but you need a diamond processor with some glowstone. And I think it's even the same recipe for the 64K, just you need... so the 4K units, you need 3 16K units. So in theory, I believe I've made enough to get 2 more 64K units. So I'm going to get crafting those, and hopefully I did my math correctly. Alright guys, so real quick, in order to make this 4K storage component, I need, as we saw, those 3 1Ks, but I also need this quartz glass. And I'm like, man, I need so much quartz dust. This is going to be ridiculous because that grinder, and I don't know why I didn't think about looking at this before, but I can make it in a pulverizer, so I can just put them in there. And yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. I don't know, I just never bothered to look at that before. So, alright, pulverizer, and actually I've already crafted up all of those things, so now we can grab this pulverizer. See ya, grindstone. Get out of my life, I don't need you. But pulverizer, what's up, bro? And you're getting power because you're right next to the capacitor bank. Awesome. So sweet. Can I just? Oh, that's pure Certus quartz. Obviously, you can't crush those up. Yeah, it doesn't like the R key in there for some reason. Okay, pulverizer. Nice. I can put a whole stack in there. Sweet. All right. Auto dust. Okay, guys. So it's been a little while, bit of a grind, but it has been fun. I've just been watching YouTube videos on the side and grinding away, doing my thing. And now I've got two more 64K storage cells that we can put into our ME drive, and yeah, that will give us a bunch more storage. So hopefully we can get through the rest of this stuff. And I don't know. I mean, there's some things maybe that don't necessarily need to go in there. But yeah, I think most everything is going to end up going into this system here. So I think I'll crack on doing that, and I'll come back to you guys once I'm fully sorted out. Alright guys, I am back. I've actually, between clips, have gone out adventuring again. I'm just cooking up a bunch of food that I have found. So yeah, if I look at the map, I am a very long way. This is where I finally ended up finding some chickens, you guys, so that's pretty exciting. But our home base, and I don't know how to recenter it on yourself. If you guys know that, let me know. Our home base is over here. We were like another 4,000 blocks away or something like that. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm sorted out now again, about as much as I can be. This is empty. Most of the stuff is in here, and these are the only Hermitron cases that I've got left with stuff that probably doesn't need to get sorted. Like, here's all my fluid cows, here's all my other fluid cows, and a bunch of chickens, and my regular animals, stuff like decorative things, cosmetic stuff, tools. I got bows and arrows, and then of course all of these blue ones just have Hermitrons in them. So that's all stuff that doesn't necessarily need to get sorted in the system, and that's pretty good because I'm actually getting pretty close on maxing out the types of things I can even put in here. So we're gonna have to keep making more drives, but yeah, all of this stuff, we're gonna do stuff with it, but not now, because that is definitely all the time I've got for this episode. It's been a little bit of a long one, and a little bit of a grindy one, and kind of a talky one. But next time, guys, next time we're gonna build something. So I think in between episodes I'll set up some basic farms and maybe get rid of this hill behind me. But yeah, when we come back, we're gonna build some cool stuff. And hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave me a like down below, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're new, check out all of the other primers in the links in my description. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.